Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to S+Marketing. Thanks for joining us. We hope you're having a lovely, beautiful Thursday. The weather has been amazing.
Yes.
I'm so into it. I want to continue. Ready for some sweaters. Welcome to S+Marketing Live. I realized I did not title this episode, so it's going to be called GIFs. Help me out, guys. GIFs, smart mom,
and food you find lying around.
That's too long. And arachnophobia. Ooh. GIFs, smart moms, and arachnophobia. Welcome to today's episode, S+Marketing. What is S+Marketing? Thanks for asking. It's marketing based on the ultimate human technology.
Stories. Yeah, we got it, guys. Eventually we'll get Jennifer in there. It's all good.
I only just turned on gallery mode of everybody's beautiful face.
Maybe season 2 we'll get everybody to say it. Maybe.
It's coming very soon. We are here to help you guys feel smarter about what's happening and be smarter, more importantly, about what's happening in the marketing world. And we're going to talk all about awesome things today. We are a group of growth marketing consultants. So while we introduce ourselves real quick, y'all grab some coffee or a cookie or share this on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook. And let's get started. Dave, say hello.
Howdy, everyone. Welcome to our broadcast. Glad you're with us today. My name is Dave Mills. I'm the Chief Growth Officer here at Story Collaborative. My job is to help you find the right pathway from where you are right now to where you want to be. And there are multiple ways to get there. And I'll just tell you, some are a lot better than others, having been on lots of different roads and pathways. So that's what I'm about. I'm looking forward to sharing some interesting stuff today.
Excellent. Jennifer.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jennifer Bailey, and I'm the web therapist here at Story Collaborative. So I love to dig into websites and figure out how we can make them better. And that's what I do here.
And Chad, say hello and give us a sponsor if you have one.
Hello, and welcome to S+Marketing Live. I am Chad Alexander, and I'm the video strategist with Story Collaborative, among other things, but primarily video. And I help businesses figure out from pre-production to post-production what video means for their business and how to tell their story more effectively. And so today's sponsor is food that you find lying around your room. So I have some mixed nuts I can now consume, which is pretty fun. Anyways, there you go. Back to you.
The real question is, how long has it been lying around?
Don't ask.
And what else has sampled it?
Oh my gosh. Lovely. Well, I'm Amy Alexander. I am a creative director. My goal in my role is to make sure that brand's still unified from beginning to end. That's the receptionist answering the phone, all the way to your logo and your images and everything in between. And it's a blast. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about things you can say to your boss and to your staff in various scenarios. It's our Repeat After Me segment. And today it includes GIFs. It will from now on include GIFs because GIFs are more fun. We're also going to be talking about what is a smart mom, especially according to Arm & Hammer. We'll also be talking about what arachnophobia has to do with your website. I hope nothing. And then we'll discuss what all that means for you as you adapt your own marketing efforts. Let's dive in. Oh, you know what we did not do? We have a drawing for Inbound Conference, and today we're going to be announcing who won that ticket. So I'll make sure we can do that by the end of our episode. In the meantime, Let's start with Repeat After Me. Dave, I have a question for you, sir. When you're in a coaching session with someone, what is your favorite sales hack of all time? Let me share my screen with your GIF, and you're going to explain what that means.
Favorite sales hack?
Is this your GIF?
That's it.
Do tell. Do tell.
Ah, ah. I love it. I love it.
Epic movie. Okay, we're going to talk over the top of this GIF. Is that what we're doing? Oh, okay. How can you compete with "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou"?
Yeah, it's a good
Some
one.
good music in that. There's some really good music in that deal. I met actually the producer for the 3 girls that sing in the river, and I got to hang out with him. It's kind of interesting. So someone asked you, that's kind of an aside, someone asked you, what's your favorite sales hack of all time? So let me just tell you, like right now, that I hate the word hack. And it's not because it's about cyber intrusions or anything like that. But listen, I don't want to be a sales hack. I don't want to be a marketing hack. So don't send me no hacks. The hack approach to growth, to sales, to marketing is basically a request for what shortcut can I take to improve my marketing or my sales. Now, shortcuts are not bad if we are learning from someone else to implement something that will help us to do better. But the real question to the most effective sales hack of all time is that it depends on whether you have a good sales process in place or not. If you have a terrible sales process, one that's disorganized, unfocused, a hack is not going to fix that. This is like telling a golfer who can't hit off the tee about a hack that he can use when he can't even hit the ball. So if you have a bad sales process, no hack's going to help you. If you have a good sales process, then a shortcut or a suggestion might be useful. So I'm going to give you a simple improvement. Keep in mind, if your marketing and your sales are in the tank, this is not going to help you very much. Okay, but here it is. Very simple. Ready? Shorten your response time. That's the suggestion. If you respond, according to all the research that we have, in less than 5 minutes, then you have 100% times greater chance of connecting with the person, and 21 more times, you're 21 more times more likely to move them to the next sales step in the process. Now, if you look at the average response time for almost every organization and company, it's way longer than 5 minutes. But 5 minutes is the magic moment. If you can do that, you will close more. There you go. I'm going to ask Jennifer a question. I'm going to see if I can stump her. Jennifer, how much is it going to cost me if I want to get my website ADA compliant? I heard something from my insurance guys about this, and so what do I need to do to be ADA compliant?
And
Yeah.
here's your gift.
Yeah. Ooh, you mean your website's not ADA compliant? Ooh. Yeah, I don't like that question, nor do I want to answer it. Can I skip? Can we move it to next week? Okay. So, unfortunately, I do have an answer for you. Unfortunately, the answer is not pretty because it does cost an average of starting at over $200 an hour for a company who knows what they're doing to go in and make your website compliant, which has to be done first, but then it has to be done again and again and again. You have to constantly, basically all the time, be trying to keep your website up to date for compliance purposes. Now, since you seem to know nothing about this, I'll just let you know now that ADA compliance is basically having to do with the Americans with Disabilities Act. And in 2010, the law changed to include actually websites, which is interesting, but that's called the Title III of ADA. So just go ahead and look that up because I'm really kind of getting bored talking about it. However, I do think it's really important for your website to be able to be read by anybody. And if somebody does have a disability, they should be able to still get your content, of course. So my recommendation is to call up your web people, which could be us, and say, hey, is there a better way of getting my website compliant than paying $225 an hour? And I would say yes. Yes, there is a better way. And I know what that way is, but I'm not going to tell it to you, YouTube land, at the moment. You're going to have to call and see what it is. So that would be my answer.
That's like a seriously, like dangling. You actually are feeding into my term of the day, Jennifer. So I'm going to come back and talk about this later. That was a good answer.
Oh, no. Yes. And I may
And
even
you know
talk
what?
about
This
it later.
this is a kind of a drive-by lawsuit reality, and it tends to hit different organizations at different times. Is because people will look for opportunities to sue, and so it's one of those deals where businesses have to really pay attention. Talk to your insurance guys, talk to your attorney, talk, as Jennifer said, talk to your web person. So thanks, Jennifer.
And web people should be up to date with this to some degree.
Yeah.
Web people are not attorneys, though, by the way, and that will not ever hopefully change. Now, I have a question for Chad. So Chad, here we go. Chad, why aren't our videos working?
Have you pressed play? That usually helps. Bad dad joke aside. Okay, so there are three main reasons why videos aren't working, and we'll get more into details here shortly. But usually the video bored them. If people tune out in the first 3 to 10 seconds, that means that they got bored and they just simply left. Everyone's time is precious. You forgot to tell the story to your audience. That's one of the biggest things. A lot of times we want to educate consumers about our product, and we forget to tell a story, or we didn't call them to an action. So they watched the video, they really liked it, and I've seen this happen before where we ranked up a lot of views, but they didn't do anything about it. So that's another big flaw of the videos. Now, I like to frame this in the 5 W's. If we're looking for some solutions to make our videos work. So the video may not be pushed to the right audience. So the who is incorrect. Maybe there's a bigger age range here that we could target. Maybe we're trying to sell farm equipment to some guy who lives in an apartment in Brooklyn, and that just doesn't work. The video may need to be re-edited. Those 3 to 5 seconds are critical, and this is the what. What are we trying to tell them? And maybe that's just not there. Maybe it shows up 5 minutes into the video, and that's why do you have that 5-minute video to begin with? Maybe it's not being pushed out at the right time, and this is very dependent on your channel. So if you're using YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, you had to push out at the time when your audience is there, when they're active in Messenger, most times when they're actually reading stuff there. So that's the win. Maybe the win is too early or too late. The where is wrong. Maybe it shouldn't be in YouTube. Maybe it should be in Vimeo. It just depends on your audience. And then maybe the why isn't correct. So like I said earlier, the CTA is not converting. So maybe it's too large of a call to action. Maybe it's too small of a call to action. Maybe people don't know what the call to action is. Heaven forbid. But these are all things that you can help with landing pages, website kind of design to augment the effectiveness of your video. So there you go.
Thank you very much, Chad.
Good answer, Chad.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask Amy a question myself. And that question is, how to get buy-in when your staff says, I don't have time for training?
Okay, I have a good gift for this. This is the face of everyone else in the room when one staff member speaks up and is like, I don't have time for training. Everyone's like, ooh. And also they're thinking, me neither. I think we've all been there, right? Like we've all been the employee in a situation in which a lot of expectations were being put on us, but no extra time to get them done. And that's really stressful. So as a supervisor or as a boss, I think it's always important to be empathetic if you can. But we also, a lot of us have been in situations, I certainly have, where you need your team to invest in their own skills. And you're asking them to do that, but you're not really giving them any like leash or gap or margin to get it done. And you're sort of like, do it anyway. I've done that before, and looking back, that was a huge mistake. So probably one of the best things you can say is, what can I do for you so that you can upgrade your skills? Because upgrading skills and teaching, having a learning mindset and constantly growing, especially in marketing, is kind of non-negotiable. You can't have a team of people who came in 10 years ago and aren't continuing to learn. They're going to keep using the same tactics, right? And you might be experiencing what that means right now in your business, to have a bunch of people who sort of have outdated information or are using really, really old strategies and methods. So remember that there are probably a lot of things that your team is doing that are a huge waste of their time. They seem important, they feel important, but if it's not taking you to the bottom line, it's not helping you reach your goal, it's a waste of time. So here's my challenge to you. Ask what you can do for them so that they can have more time, or brainstorm with them around one or two things they're doing that seem like a waste of time, and just take a break for like a week. I'm not saying you have to cut off the task, just like do an experiment. Find out what happens if you don't do that thing for a week or for 2 weeks. It's very possible that thing didn't matter. It's not actually going to help you get anywhere, and so it's a waste of time. So that would be my answer. All right, let's move on, shall we? Let's do term of the week. Dave, what's our term this week?
Term of the week. It's just a moment to learn something new. Here's the term. You may have heard it before. The term is clickbait. It's kind of what Jennifer just did. She says, I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell you. Thanks for setting that up. So here's what clickbait is. This is content that is written with the purpose of capturing clicks. And it can be any kind of content. It can be news stories, blog posts, interviews, infographics, videos, GIFs, and they are designed to create clicks. Usually it has more than one of these things in it. It's either eye-catching or has an irresistible headline. An example I like is a picture of this guy holding this big, lumpy-looking rock. Here's the title. He thought it was Bigfoot's skull, but then experts told him this. Right, so that's kind of a classic example of a clickbaity headline. Usually it can be skimmed easily. Often it uses a funny or a catchy image or a video. A lot of times it might be humorous, or it might pull on a specific emotion. And it typically is also usually good for social sharing. Usually clickbait has more than one of these elements in it. This goes all the way back to the newspaper industry. It goes back a really long time. In fact, newspapers are still using it, in which the headline, one of the features you'll see why people don't like clickbait is the headline doesn't match the reality that's in the content. It was designed because the primary thing people were after was to get more page views on their website. And who needs page views? Mostly people that are selling page views. So this would be advertisers who charge by the page view, or they can bulk up their rates based upon how many page views, i.e. newspapers. And that's why it was developed. But here's the truth. The real measurement today is not how many page views you have. It is how many people are engaged with your content. How long do they stay on the page? Do they read the whole thing? Do they look at other things that are related? Are they engaged in valuable content? And so clickbait has a couple of dangers. First of all, this might surprise you. One of the problems we find with a lot of websites and other digital marketing is that the copy is boring. So it's kind of the opposite of clickbait. So one of the risks here is that you become so conservative and that people don't even want to read your stuff because it's just boring. That's the opposite. The danger of using things that are designed to be just to get clicks is that what you're leading people to often will disappoint them, and people will resent it. So you can put out that irresistible headline, and then when they get there, they go, oh, that was a waste of my time. So I would say that clickbait is generally considered to be a negative, but the lesson to be learned is that when you give something to someone that's really catching their attention, there's a much greater chance that they'll respond to it and start the process of engaging with your online stuff. So there you go. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Clickbait in your mind, up or down? My vote. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say that based on your description, it seems like it would be good advice that if you are thinking about advertising on someone's website or doing digital newspaper ads, that when someone gives you site visit numbers or page visit numbers, page views, you then ask their bounce rate.
Yeah.
Because there's a high probability that they have really high bounce rates and a lot of page views.
Also, time on site is another good indicator of how long people are staying. When they come to something and they stay for 2 or 3 minutes, it's a good view that they probably are finding some value there.
Interesting. All right, let's move on to Arm & Hammer, because why not? Ads in the wild. Rawr. So I was scrolling on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Instagram, as you do. And I have this friend who shall not be named. She's very funny. And she posted a picture of this. Let me share my screen. Should have done that earlier. Sorry, everybody. We need some music or something. All right. So she.
Oh, I was gonna tell jokes. That's okay.
She posted this picture, and her comment was something to the effect of either "I'm a dumb mom" or "This is a dumb ad," because she's like, "What mom uses a lint roller to clean up glitter? Like, that's a terrible idea. Use a vacuum. That's so stupid, right?" And I thought that was so funny. So it led me to look into some of these Arm & Hammer ads here.
Arm & Hammer Clean and Simple is inspired by you, Mom, and the smart way you clean. Arm & Hammer Clean and Simple detergent has 6 essential ingredients and is safer for your family, delivering a powerful clean.
What did I just see?
Okay, so here's another one.
Does she also use a washboard because that's smarter?
What?
Arm & Hammer Clean and Simple is inspired by you, Dad, and the smart way you clean. Arm & Hammer Clean and Simple detergent has 6 essential ingredients and is safer for your family. Powerful clean, smart low price.
So
What?
these ads are hilarious to me because they're not very smart. It's like Arm & Hammer's really lame attempt to like bring the audience in, like, we're showing you the audience, it's all about you, but really it's about these 6 things, this bulleted list of 6 things I want you to read about my product. And it's like they've never asked the parent ever how they clean. They didn't take a poll, like, what are smart things you do to be efficient? No, they're like, wouldn't it be so cute if this dad taped a square on the floor and they were like playing a game? We're like, oh, you're such a smart dad. They're terrible.
Okay,
anyway.
but hold on now. Okay, you're ripping on Arm & Hammer, but listen, you're a slightly different demographic than Jennifer. Jennifer, how did it strike you? That's what I want to know.
Okay. So first of all, I would have never thought, oh, I'm not going to do that. Because the fact is, like, I'm not going to buy extra products anyway. So that rolly thingy, the lint thing, I don't buy those. Okay. So, and also, I wouldn't have thought of a vacuum, maybe. That would have been like my 5th attempt to clean the mess up. So, however, the square on the floor actually did, like, well, I would have not have done that, like, waste of tape. I wouldn't have even bought the tape, by the way. But the concept is that kids do make humongous messes, and that a lot of times you can't get the kids to, like, it's like herding cats. It's like, first of all, don't give a kid a broom, okay? Don't do
glitter.
it. or glitter.
Right.
Don't
For
give
real.
it glitter. Okay.
Seriously.
So anything you can do to help with the cleaning process, I'm probably going to be like, oh. But when it comes down to it, like, I'm going to do my research a way different way anyway. I'm not going to buy Arm & Hammer just because they showed a picture of glitter on the floor. So those are all my thoughts.
Okay, well, I thought actually the blue tape on the floor and making a game out of picking up the stuff, I thought that was kind of fun. I kind of, as a dad, a granddad, I kind of like that.
Okay, so if the ad was about fun ways to clean up, right? What a fun dad. But it wasn't.
Ooh.
It was about
smart ways.
Not to mention, they start the mom video with giving a small child a whole can full of glitter. Smart moms
Smart
don't
moms
give
also
their small child
don't-
a whole can of glitter.
Yeah, and smart moms also don't give their kids slime either. Slime doesn't exist in my world. It doesn't exist. Okay?
There is still
So-
glitter. There's
like-
still glitter in my house from like 6 months ago. And we've vacuumed a
Shame on
lot
you.
of times, I gotta tell
Shame
you.
on you. Okay. But you know what?
Oh
If
my
you wanted to have a dad or a granddad giving like the kids a game to do something, then maybe they would have done a science experiment instead. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Well, anyway, it was clear.
Well-
These ads are obviously just like a marketing
So,
team's
can-
brainstorming.
Can
idea. That's what they are.
can I interject here? What is this game that you're putting pieces of cereal into a box? It's not even resembling of a hockey game or anything like that. You're putting stuff into a box. That's not kids. That's not fun to anyone. Come
I think that's a
on.
good
You're
point.
teaching your
on,
children how
Arm and
to
Hammer.
make a pile of food that can be put into the
No.
dustpan.
No,
It's a
no,
basic skill
that's
of
not a game.
sweep your dirt into a pile.
There's nothing
It's a
smart
great
about that.
thing.
It's not a game.
The great
Oh, Arm and Hammer. Arm and
Okay, but
Hammer.
what
Yeah.
if the
Yeah.
only purpose of this ad was just to get people's attention on Arm & Hammer? Oh, Arm & Hammer has some cleaning stuff. I don't know.
I don't think that was the fact
Anyway,
that we're
the
talking
point
about
is-
this in such depth makes me feel dumb. I feel exact opposite of smart right now.
Yeah, these ads are just not great. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, man.
So there you are, ads in the wild, made fun of some glitter gamified.
So,
found the-
Amy, I guess what you're
sweeping.
saying is it feels a little contrived to you and not very
Contrived is the
authentic.
perfect word.
Okay.
I actually,
Guys,
what I actually think could have been great is if they had said, what are cleaning hacks that moms have and dads have? Like, I'd like to actually hear some. So that's what they should have done. It's just like put some real moms and dads out there. Be like, this is something I do. Maybe
it's the
that'll
only
help
time
you.
you should use hacks.
I got it. I got the alternative Arm & Hammer commercial. Are you ready?
Here we go.
Go.
Okay. So it's true the baby onesies have a hack. It's actually not a hack. It's actually the way they were made, but most moms don't know this. They're big enough at the top, you can pull them down so that when they throw up on it or, spit up on it, you don't pull it over their head. You pull it down off their body, right?
Did not know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know that either.
Okay, I didn't either. Most of my young momhood. So the baby spits up in the commercial on the onesie. The mom takes it off from the top down, puts it in the washer with Arm & Hammer.
Whoa.
Yeah, we really want to see
Boom.
that. We want to see
Nice.
spit up on a commercial. Thank you
Hey,
so
That doesn't
much.
have to be that
Eat my
gross.
lunch.
8 commercials with kids spitting up on their mom's fresh, clean clothes. And you don't
Yeah.
see the spit up, okay?
It could be like
Not to
those
mention-
Depends commercials where it's like, blue liquid or whatever. I don't know why it's blue liquid, but sure.
Moms are like, spit up whatever, right? It's just for moms. They're like, no problem. It's a great commercial.
Yeah.
Jen. I like
But
it.
we
I
digress.
have like 4 friends that I need to go tell that information to immediately.
Yes.
I'm serious. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's leave this poor defenseless gazelle in the wild. He will get devoured soon. Anyways.
Take it away, Chad.
Oh, it's my turn. Hey, cool. All right. The brief. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about Walmart. Walmart is launching a service called Walmart Plus. And no, that's not to be confused with Disney Plus. I don't know why they named it that way, but they did anyways. It's Walmart. So here's the thing, guys. Walmart has noticed that their grocery sales are going up. They've noticed that there is a market for Amazon Prime kind of services. So they are launching a delivery service kind of option. It's like $98 a year, so it's already cheaper than Amazon Prime. And a lot of their items are going to offer same-day shipping, which I think is pretty stinking cool. I thought 2-day shipping was awesome. Now same day. Pretty soon I'll type on my smartphone and it'll just arrive right to my desk. I don't know. Anyways, so this is Walmart Plus. They're also going to offer the fuel options at a reduced price. And they said they were supposed to launch it on September 15th. And the TLDR is that you get the Walmart experience without experiencing the people of Walmart. So there you go. That's the TLDR.
That actually,
I'm going to use it.
That's
incredibly appealing.
Walmart. If you want to get a sponsorship from us, or you want to sponsor us, there you go. You can use that tagline for free. You're welcome.
Well, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you've got distribution warehouses everywhere and giant warehouse stores everywhere, how hard could it be to have somebody pull the products, slap a label on them, and ship them out? They're already sitting there and they're already close.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's I think, fascinating strategy. They are pretty smart folks over there.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Chad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, like, have you guys used Amazon Fresh lately? I mean, I don't think there's a market for it. And I mean, think about it. Like, Walmart already has that kind of market there, so why not?
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to, I was telling, Chad and I were talking the other day about how this is the 20. This is year one of my children. This is the 20, right? So this is year one, and we're at the beginning of a decade. And so we're going to look back in 2029 at this decade, and there'll be massive shifts, just like there was in year 2000, right? So the pandemic, how could I ever forget that word? Pandemic is shifting so many things. It's going to change this decade, I think, even faster than it might have changed already. And this is a great example of like one of those massive shifts that a smart company is going to make so they can survive till 2029.
Okay, so you said shifting so many things. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, I said the word shifting. All right, let's move on to our final segment, website therapy. Jennifer.
Ooh, all right. So website therapy. I definitely have some therapy to give some websites. So I imagine you've definitely heard of like arachnophobia, which is the fear of spiders. Claustrophobia, which is the fear of really tiny spaces. Okay. However, have you ever heard of the pseudophobia called ostrich complex? This phobia only affects marketing materials like websites and landing pages. And it's quite the opposite of phobophobia, which is literally the fear of fear itself. Ostrich complex happens to websites that are afraid. So signs and symptoms of websites with ostrich complex are: it refuses to give any real answers to hard questions. It hides important product or service information from visitors, like pricing. It avoids difficult subjects like competitor information, and it does not want to talk about its problems at all. It lacks common answers to questions like Q&A section, for example. It offers very little to no value to potential customers, actual value I'm talking about. And they may refuse to give you the information you're looking for. For example, what is your secret to keeping your website ADA compliant at all times? So, unfortunately, ostrich complex is pretty common, especially in traditional websites and traditional marketing strategies. However, if this is your website, don't worry. There are treatment options available for ostrich complex. So you need to verify your diagnosis. You will need to contact your web therapist to do a thorough content analysis. And your therapist is going to assess your menu, the pages all over your website, and the use of your call to actions like schedule a demo in relation to your content. We'll also analyze your Q&A to see if it's answering the right questions or enough questions. So that sums it up for ostrich complex for today. And next week, we'll learn about another website problem and solution. So stay tuned for signs and symptoms of website personality disorder. Thank you very much.
Ooh.
It sounds pretty creepy. No, that was arachnophobia.
Big Crowley, the fear of fear. That's a really sad one.
Phobophobia.
Phobophobia. All right, thanks, Jen. That was awesome. Our winner of the Inbound Digital Conference is Karen Vassar. I think I'm saying her name right. Oh.
Woo, Karen!
Yeah.
Karen, you are getting a free ticket to see people like Bob Iger from Walt Disney talk about really cool stuff because, well, he's Bob Iger, but it's cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. We had a really great time. We hope you found this valuable. Remember, we are here at the same time, same place every week, Thursdays at noon. And remember, stories are the ultimate human technology. So long.
Adios.
Great rest of
You
your week.
guys.
See you guys.